Hello and welcome to today's full body session on the Thrive 5 Daily Mobility Series. We are here deep in week 6, which means I'm going to be really challenging you today to tie together so many of the things we've been working on into 2 potent positions, just 2 movements for a nice long flow. Okay, so the first one is going to be something of a complex. It's going to be putting together a lot of the elements we've been working on independently and bringing them all together. This is dubbed the world's greatest stretch. I don't love those titles, okay, because it tells me that it's better than something else, but it's just because it comprises so many things in one. A really efficient movement, should we say. We're going to be doing this for 2 continual minutes because it's going to be, each repetition will take quite some time. I'm just going to talk you through this. What can be helpful here in terms of aids today, no equipment as it were, but somewhere for balance for this first one, because we're going to be transitioning into that single leg deadlift, this time with a reach rather than with hand support. Okay, I'm going to try my best without any balance support here, but you might want to have something close to hold on to. It could just be a wall with a hand or a bit of furniture around you, totally cool. The same is going to go for the Cossack squat. We are going to take on the full shebang today. It might be nice to have something in front of you simply for a bit of balance or support, or maybe for your hands in the transition. Okay? So something around you just to help you out there. Again, I'm going to be demonstrating without those aids. So we're going to start things off with the world's greatest stretch. Okay, 2 minutes is going to be coming on the clock here. We're just going to start from standing, and then I'm going to step my foot back and transition into a Spider-Man lunge to begin with. Okay, 2 minutes starting. So I'm going to take a long lunge back, bringing my hands to the side of this foot here. Squeezing, trying to keep that rear knee off the ground. I'm going to reach this elbow towards the floor, turn into that nice big T-spine rotation that I'm going to take my time with. And then I'm going to bring the hand down to the outside of that foot. Press this knee back into my hamstring stretch. How straight you go is up to you. If we can go there or it's a bit bent, that's totally fine. I'm then going to step on up. Drive this knee on up. If you want some hand support here to pull it into as much flexion as you can, cool. We're then going to be transitioning into our single leg Romanian deadlift, but with a reach forward, driving that hip back, big hamstring stretch. And now we're going to repeat the same, but on the other side. So I'm going to take a long step back, meet the hands to the floor, reaching on down. Nice broad T-spine rotation. Taking the hand to the other side. Step back for that hamstring. Drive on up now to that flexion. Squeeze hard there if you can. And then we're going to be hinging back to our single leg deadlift with reach. Big hamstring there. And back to the start. Amazing. Let's try for another rep. Step on back, hands down. Reach on in. Bring it on around to the side of the foot. Pike the bum for the hamstring stretch. Drive off the foot. Hip flexion, squeeze. Hinge, single leg with reach. And that is going to finish our 2 minutes, believe. Now again, if you're like me, a bit of OCD, you can hit the other side if you like. Otherwise, we're going to transition now to our Cossack. So this is where it might be nice to have something on the floor in front of you to support you. This is going to be 60 seconds of continuous work. We've got the wide foot base. How wide you might figure out as you go, but generally probably wider than you think because one leg has got to stay as straight as we can. Okay. We're going to take our first reps real slow here. I do want you to try and keep the working foot completely on the ground. This is going to be limited by ankle mobility. If you find as you're squatting down, your heel just lifts on up, that's okay. That's where you might want some support to try and just find the sweet spot there. If that is, however, a real sticking point still for you here, don't put loads of pressure on yourself to have achieved this position by now if you've been really struggling with it up till this point. This is really hard, okay? It doesn't have to be finished now, but I guarantee you've seen some improvement, and that's what it's all about, okay? We can keep chipping away here. If you do find you need some extra ankle work, dig into the 2 ankle specialist classes that are going to be part of this series, okay? So, 1 minute on the clock. Let's take a look. So, I'm going to be Sitting my bum back, driving this knee out first of all, coming on down. As I reach that end point, I'm then going to turn this leg, axial hip rotation, and turn the toes to the sky to have got me into this bottom position. Like I said, something here might be nice. And then I'm going to drive off that foot, turn that one back, and we're back to the top. I'm going to hit the same on the other side. Sitting the bum back, driving this knee out, create the space, then rotate to sink into your bottom position here, toes to the sky, and then turn it back and transition back to here. Awesome. Wherever you are, awesome. Way to follow along, way to give this a shot. If I was stuck and I had to choose one leg move for the rest of the day, oh, this would be a contender, for sure. Other nice tools might be some TRX straps or rings if you've got them. That is our timer. But I tell you what, I am gonna violate our rule here and overrun for one more per side. These do get better the more you do. Without stating the obvious there, these are hard ranges to get into. And that is gonna cut it for today's session. 2 potent moves for your arsenal there to really challenge your mobility. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I know I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and catch up with me in the comments if there's anything you would like to discuss here on your journey. See you tomorrow, my friend.